Alright everyone, good evening. This is your captain speaking. Buckle up. Get ready for takeoff. Today, we'll be flying into the territory of Hands Off. That's our destination, the Hands Off protest. Now normally this is not a political channel because number one, I don't know that much about politics. I'm not well versed in this area, but someone wrote me and says, you need to do a video about the Hands Off protest. And my dad and I were just talking about that today. So before we get into the video about the Hands Off protest, what did you think about that video I uploaded, I think, yesterday about hell? It's called The Horrors of Hell or something like that. Yeah, I didn't do an intro to the video. I should have done that. Did that video scare you? Was it scary? Were you scared? It's supposed to be scary. It's meant to frighten you. I mean, I didn't think Freddy Krueger was just frightening enough. I don't think Jason is either. No, Freddy and Jason, they're just, I don't know, chunky. Maybe Chucky. But no, this video, I came across it a while back, and the video was produced by a channel called Seventh Vial. Now, they're still up, but they haven't made videos in years. I just wanted to give them a platform. The pastor who gave the sermon is Charles Lawson. Yeah. So all the credit goes to Pastor Charles. He's the pastor who gave the sermon. It's got to be the most powerful sermon I have ever heard. Got me, because I'm turning 58 next week. And so I know I don't have a lot of time left. Maybe 20 years if I'm lucky. If I'm lucky. No one's guaranteed another sunrise. So, and besides, I should have done an intro to the video. I should have done that because I was also commemorating Final Destination 6, which will be opening in theaters soon. Final Destination 6 Bloodlines. Yes, I'm a fan of the franchise, and so I've seen all 5 Final Destination films. And my favorite of the 5, well, I think the roller coaster would do it for me. I really like the one with the roller coaster. She didn't want to get on the roller coaster, and it's got to be my favorite. I don't want to give anything away. And so yesterday's video, I know I'm not in the video. I should have done an intro to introduce you guys. That was my mistake. That's my bad. I should have done that. And say, hey, look, I hope you find this scary. Because I don't think Freddy is scary enough for you. Or Michael Myers. Or Jason. But anyway, because I wanted to commemorate the Final Destination 6. I'll be seeing you. Ooh, that guy creeps me out every time he says that. I'll be seeing you. Now that guy that from the Final Destination films, he's the he does the autopsies. He's a coroner. He's a coroner. That's what he is. Yeah, that black guy who, he's creepy. He said, "Death don't like being cheated." I'm just having fun tonight. Wednesday's my day off, so I'll get off work tomorrow. And we're going to shoot some more videos. I got my own Mandela effect. Yes, we're going to do the Mandela effect. But the title of this video, and we need to get into it. I'm sorry I ran off on a rant because I should have done an intro to yesterday's video. It was produced by Seventh Vial. It's not mine. It belongs to Seventh Vial. I'm also going to be uploading a video soon by a channel called Dazzle One. She did 2 or 3 videos on paranormal romance. I'm going to compile them together and upload it and make sure she gets credit for her work. And she was the producer. She did 3 different videos on paranormal romance. And I just thought they were well done. The audio, I'm going to try to improve the audio if I can. But, yeah, And I don't do shout outs much. I want to shout out Relics is the name of the channel. Yeah, Relics. I'm going to do a shout out to Relics. She's been commenting a lot, so she's shouting me out, so I'm going to shout her out. And what else? I don't know. We need to get into the topic of this video. Oh my god. Oh, I'm just having fun. I'm just sitting here. Okay, so you heard about the protest, and like I said, this is not a political channel, so I'm going over it in my mind how to talk to you about this topic. And I watched a couple of videos before coming on. I talked to my dad about it and what he thought about the hands-off movement. And here's what I've been told so far. The research I've done, and I've watched a video by Asmongold and a couple others. And so far, I looked at some pictures and there's others who talk about it, but my take, you want my take on it, here it is. Take it or leave it for what it's worth. My whole 2 cents worth. No, make it 1 cent worth. I don't think it's worth 2 cents worth. I don't think so. Make it 1 cent worth. Okay. So you got to pay attention to the demographics, which is, if you paid attention to that, my dad did. He noticed there's people his age, a lot of boomers. Yes, boomers. You didn't see Gen Z out there. Boomers. From both sides of the aisle. And they turned out in droves. Now, here's what I think is going on. I agree with Asmongold on this one. It's a bunch of boomers cosplaying the 1960s. That's what they're doing. I agree with him. That's what he said. And you know what? I agree. It's boomers cosplaying the 1960s. They're just out there protesting because they think their Social Security benefits are going to be taken away. No. Anyone with any common sense knows that Social Security is the sacred cow. No politician in their right mind would even think about taking away people's benefits, their Social Security benefit. They wouldn't even dream it because they won't have a career left. Every politician on both sides of the aisle know Social Security is the sacred cow. They all know this. So no one's going to lose their benefits. The people that are being cut off are the people that are dead. You know, these 200-year-old people? Yeah. Or they are going to have fewer employees, but you're not losing your benefits. Let me repeat that myself. No one is going to lose their benefits. The only people who will lose their benefits are the people who shouldn't have been collecting, like illegal immigrants and dead people. Dead people shouldn't be collecting. They're dead. They're 200 years old. They've been dead 100 years. Why are they still collecting? So what they've done is they've convinced a bunch of baby boomers, like my dad. Now, he didn't go out and protest. He didn't fall for it. But a lot of them, I guess, did because they believe everything the Communist News Network tells them. Fox ain't no better. Whatever the legacy media, mainstream media puts out, they believe it to be the gospel truth. When they're just spinning their own narrative. That's what it is. And they got all these seniors convinced that they're going to lose their Social Security benefits. That's why there are huge crowds. It's mostly baby boomers protecting their benefits. They think they're going to lose. Anyone with any common sense knows that's not going to happen. Now, as far as Medicaid, Medicare, Medicaid is state, Medicare is part of Social Security. Now, as far as that's concerned, like any insurance company, policies change. Coverage changes. That's not a new thing. Like the guy that had a problem with his health insurance. I gave him a platform. He put out a video, and I put his video on my platform because I wanted to get him some help. Mr. Durbin, I think is his name, and I'm getting old. See, I have problems remembering everybody. But the guy that did all my intros. So, sometimes glitches occur. Some people lose benefits. Some people, their coverage changes. My dad talks about Medicare, Plan A, Plan B, C, D. It's like, and they change it. Well, they don't cover ambulance rides anymore. My dad was talking about that. So that stuff has been going on for years. But Trump will get the blame for it. I'm sure of it. But I just think the biggest reason for all the crowds is people believe the Social Security benefits are being cut. No, and no. That's my take. No one benefits are going to be cut unless you are the one who shouldn't have been collecting in the first place. You're doing it fraudulently. Yes, there's a lot of fraud out there, folks. Now, if you're collecting benefits and you're legal and you're qualified, you're not going to lose your benefits. Now, my wife lost her benefits when we got married. Now, certain people lose benefits because they no longer qualify because of their income. Something's changed. Like when Nicole and I got married, she lost her benefits. That's what I'm talking about. We had to go get them back. At least her health insurance part, her Medicaid. That part we had to give. I didn't care about the rest of it. Their SSI check, food stamps. I didn't care about that. I cared about her Medicaid because that would bankrupt me. She had steel rods, and her back surgery was $100,000. And she had a lot of doctor's appointments. She had muscular dystrophy, and it eventually did take her life. But I'm just using that as an example of insurance companies like Medicaid, Medicare, Blue Cross, Blue Shield. They always change policy, change coverage. Always. That's not new. But Trump, they'll say, oh, Trump changed it. No. These companies have been doing this for a long time. And yes, certain people lose their benefits, but you got to look at the whole story. Did something change? Did they get a new job? Did they get married? What changed? But they won't tell you that part. They say, Trump took away my Social Security benefits. Okay, but what changed? That's your side of the story. What are you not telling us? And see, if my late wife was still alive, she could say the same thing. Trump took away my SSI. He took away my Medicaid. He took away my food stamps. No, what happened was she got married and she's no longer qualified. And I had to go see a certain politician, kept bond, to restore at least the Medicaid part. The most important part of them all was the health insurance part. Today, my dad had to pick up his insulin. And we were talking about this. This relates to the story, at least a little bit. And he was saying that the insulin he had to get today, and he's got Medicare, and he's 81, and he's on Social Security. And he said this insulin, Jeremiah, if you're not on Medicare, because you're 7 years away from it, because I'll be turning 58, right? So in 7 years, I'll be 65. So he said this insulin would cost you $2,000. I said, Dad, how am I supposed to pay for that? And it dawned on me why people don't want to work, or I'm going off on a tangent, but I'm just saying, without insurance, I'd be paying $2,000 for that insulin. I'm not diabetic, but if I were, it's $2,000. Oh my God. And there's how many millions of diabetics in this country? And I asked my dad, well, what's a person supposed to do? What if you can't afford the $2,000 a month? What if you're a wagey at Walmart or Pizza Hut? You're barely pulling in $1,500 a month, if you're lucky. That's minimum wage here in southern Missouri. So, what are they supposed to do? And their rent is probably more than their wages already, because the average rent's $1,400. There's no way you could live on your own. The topic of this video is supposed to be the hands off. I get it. So I'm going to get back on topic. I'm going off here on one, and so like I said, the reason they attracted so many people was they convinced the senior citizens that they were losing their benefits, which is totally false. That it's never going to happen. It's a sacred cow. No politician in their right mind would touch it. And that's what drew the crowds, was that. If they'd gotten the message out, no one's going to lose their benefits. Yes, AI is going to take some jobs. AI is coming. Oh, I need to do a separate video just on the AI revolution. I'm researching that topic too. I wanted to get some of my future videos are going to be a little bit scripted. A little bit, as far as maybe there'll be an outline that I'm going to follow to keep me focused. Because I got Wednesday's my day off, so we're going to be making videos. I may shoot 5 or 6 of them in a row. I got one video I'm going to do on not a glitch in the Matrix, but more like the Mandela effect. I've got my own Mandela effect that happened to me. We're going to talk about that. Probably the next video I'm going to do will be the Mandela effect. I'm going to talk about my Mandela effect that I have gone through. And I don't know if anyone else noticed it, but I did. Something, and then I'm going to do another video on how after 1999 everything stopped. I'm going to go over the 1950s, the 1960s, the 1970s. I'm going to try to do it in one video and talk about how after the year when 2000 hit, it's like everything changed. We hit this loop where there's no more innovation beyond our smartphones and social media. There's no innovation anymore. The music all sounds the same. It used to be you could tell the 50s from the 60s. You could tell the 70s from the 60s and the 80s from the 70s. Each decade had its own look and feel, from the clothes to the movies to music. It's like everything's getting dumber. Everything's getting shittier. So, we're going to do that video tomorrow. I mean, probably Wednesday. Maybe tomorrow night. We may start shooting videos when I come home from work. Possibly. I've got some ideas going that I'm going to do videos on. Like I said, I got one I'm going to do from Dazzle1. That's the name of the YouTube channel. Not that I'm giving her a shout out, but she did some videos, like I said, on the paranormal romance. We're going to upload those to my channel. I'm going to do a video intro first, because I didn't do it on that one yesterday. I should have come on and introduced you and talked about it and gave a little bit of a review before you started watching it. That was my bad. That was totally my fault. But yeah, this hands off. The huge crowds came because of Social Security. That's the only reason they showed up. That's what drew the crowds on both sides of the aisle, mostly boomers. Yeah, take a look at the demographics. Mostly over 50. I'm Gen X, so the over 50 crowd for sure. Probably a lot of them in their 60s and 70s, 80s, like my dad, showing up for this thing because they think, oh my God, don't touch my Social Security, hands off my Social Security. That's the only reason they showed up. It's not that they're opposing Trump, they're opposing losing their benefits, which is not going to happen. Again, you are not going to lose your benefits. Hear me. I don't know why you're listening to the Communist News Network and the other one, Fox. And there's probably a couple others you shouldn't be listening to. It's like, or some of these doom and gloom YouTubers. Oh yeah, they're just as bad, if not worse, than mainstream. But that's my take on the hands-off movement. Beyond that, I don't have a lot of information about it. I just paid attention to the demographics. I paid attention to the boomers who are showing up what they think it's about. It's not going to happen. Not going to happen. Anyway, I thought I'd shoot the shit. And I hope you enjoyed today's video. I got more videos coming. They're going to be, in the future, probably at least have an outline. Because I got another one I'm going to do on what keeps people poor. I've got a whole list of things that, like payday loans, the lottery, late fees, all kinds of things that keep people entrapped in poverty. We're going to talk about that too. I got a list, like 20 items. And so I'm sorry I'm rambling. I'm a rambler. Everybody knows this. That's part of my brand. I'm a rambler. We're already up to 23 minutes on this video. And I just want to thank everybody for tuning in and watching. And that video on the horrors hell yesterday that I put up, I'm sorry I didn't do an intro. I apologize for that. And so should have done an intro, should have talked about it a little bit before showing it to you. That's my fault. Put the blame on me. But did it scare you? Did that video scare you? It's supposed to. It's supposed to put goosebumps on your goosebumps. That's the whole point. It's a very powerful sermon. So I'm glad. I really need to cut this video off because I think I'm repeating myself. Because I said everything I'm going to say. It's a bunch of boomers out there cosplaying the 1960s. And that's what it is. And some of it is just nothing but virtue signaling. A lot of the people are just out there to go, click, click. Oh, look, I'm a good boy. Click. How many likes did I get? How many comments did I get? They're not there to support whatever it is that they think they're supporting. They're out there for likes and views. That's it. Virtue signaling. I almost forgot to include that. Virtue signaling. Because I think that's what some of that is. Matter of fact, except beyond the boomers, who's probably doing some of that, anyone under 50 for sure is doing that. They're just getting their clicks for YouTube, clicks for TikTok. They're just there to get clicks. They don't really give a shit about the hands-off thing. They don't care. There are a few that do, like the boomers who showed up thinking their Social Security benefits are going to be cut. But, yeah. Between them and the people going, click, click, I'm a good person, look. And they do it for peer pressure, FOMO, fear of missing out, because their friends are doing it. It's kind of a group thing. If you don't go out there with them, you're going to feel ostracized. So I think there's a good percentage of people who didn't give a shit about what it is they think they're out there for. They have ulterior motives. That's nothing to do with the movement. Now, at least the boomers think their benefits are being taken away. They're generally there because that's what they think. And that's a lie. That's not going to happen. So there you have it. That's my take. And I'm going to have to say goodbye because we're approaching 26 minutes. So, that's a loud noise, isn't it? My cat's over there. It got his attention. Yeah. So, anyway. Well, you know what I always say. It's hard to say au revoir. So, au gratin. You know what I'm getting ready to do, don't you? I'm getting ready to push the button. Oh, my fingers are approaching the button. Here it goes. Oh, boy. It's only you. It's back for me, babe. It's only you. Don't need a damn way. It's only you. Don't need a damn. It's only you. It's really good, I promise you.